So, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie.
I'm Navi.
Today it's something new. We thought we will do a podcast together. It's the Stich Sisters podcast and it's a crafting podcast. I will knit and she will crochet and we will talk about our projects and maybe about yarn and so topics about crafting. So we will always switch the channels. So the first episode is on my channel and the next will be on hers.
Yes.
And we will switch it every episode. So now we want to introduce ourselves so that you can get to know us. And
so, like I said, I'm Navi, and I'm making also YouTube content, like book content and crochet content. I started 2 months ago with crocheting. I did start a bit later as Natalie. 2 years ago I started with knitting. It was like a bookcase. I didn't enjoy it, so I quit it. And like I said, 2 months ago I started crocheting because I was like, I think I was bored and I saw a lot of content on social media and then I was hooked, so I did start with it. My first few projects were like bookmarks and ribbons. I can show you some picture of my first projects because I don't have it with me. I made smaller project at the beginning because like I said, I was a beginner and I was a bit scared of it because crocheting is such a big thing, and it was for me. So I was a bit scared to begin and I just wanted to start and I didn't know where, so I searched like projects for beginners and then I start, like I said, like small project. I did a few of them so I could practice it, and then I will tell you my other projects in a minute, but this was like my journey of crocheting.
so I started also 2 years ago with knitting and I did also quit it because I didn't like it. And then I started last year crocheting and I did some bookmarks and other small things. And then this year, I think you know it because I mentioned it, I did my first garment with crocheting. It was awful. Then I did another garment, and then I did the bunny. The bunny was for my sister, and the Mr. Bean teddy was for my boyfriend. And then I found Les Filles de Coeur. These are two girls that are knitting and posting some content, and I found them. And then I was interested in knitting and I learned it myself again. And I did my first garment, which was the pink cardigan, which was a fail. And then I did the Sophie scarf. This was also a fail because I didn't like it. Now I'm doing some other things that I will share later.
The next question is, what were our struggles at the beginning? And I would say all of it. Like, I didn't know how to hold the hook or the yarn, and I was confused how it really worked because I was such a dummy, I would say. I just didn't understand what I was doing, and the tutorials were easy, but like I could see the logic behind it. So this was my first struggles, or like this first and second, and then like the yarn. There are so many kind of yarns and I just didn't know which one I could use and which hook I can use to this type of yarn. But now I know that you have like a description on the yarn when you buy it, and this is what I know now. And I did make some mistakes with it, that I did use a bigger hook and they were like this holes and so on. So yeah, this was my struggle, and I think a struggle that I have now is also I don't know what to do, which project I want to do, and I need variation, but we will talk about that a bit later.
So my struggles are almost the same. So with I will talk about knitting because crocheting I don't do anymore. So with knitting it was also how I hold the needles, and I am doing a sweater which is not finished, but there I knit wrong. So I knitted through the back loop and not the front loop. So this was a mistake, and a friend of mine said it's not false, but it's not intended in the pattern to do that. But it's okay. Now I'm knitting right, or like it's intended. And also the yarn, because there are so many yarn options and materials, but I think now I have the grip, so I figure it a little bit out. Also because of Ravelry, we have both account there. I will link them in the description box. I was always looking at there, okay, which yarns they used, and then I will get the yarn and do the project.
The next question is, what is our motivation to continue crocheting and knitting? And for me it's like to do something with my hands and to wear it, like a scarf or a sweater or like a bag. So things for myself that I did for myself, and like with my hands and yarn and a hook. Also the point that I can make something for others that is more personal, and which I really did with my bare hands.
So my motivation is to also wear it and to do something and to create something, but I think that this part was a lack in my life, and now I feel a little bit more fulfilled about that I have something to create, because I don't paint or do some other craft things, but I found that I wanted something that was not on the screen, so I have screen off time and do a little hobby. And
the next topic are our finished projects. So I did finish some bookmarks, like I said, and some ribbons. I will blend a photo in it. And I also finished 2 bags that I'm really proud of.
Only finished the pink cardigan and the Sophie scarf, and the rest I don't have finished up.
Now let's talk about our current projects. What I'm doing now is my scarf. It will be my scarf. Doing it slowly and like in between other projects. This is my only project at the moment because I finished like yesterday one of the bags.
So I'm working on a cardigan. This is the cardigan. You cannot see, but I will put a picture up. It's the cardigan number 7 by My Favorite Knitwear, and I'm doing it for my sister.
Yes.
The yarn I'm using is Kid Silk hair or mohair, I don't know what it's called. The color I will put into the description box, and Drops Air. And I'm a little bit yarn chicken because this is my last yarn, my last skein. Then I have nothing to because I have purchased some yarn and it's not here, so I have to do that cardigan very slowly. And my other work in progress is that I'm doing the step-by-step sweater by Florence Miller. There I'm almost finished. The yarn has not arrived yet and I'm waiting on that, and I'm on my first sleeve but almost finished. And yeah, that are my projects.
Now let's talk maybe about our next project. I will begin with a granny square pants. I saw a lot of them in the internet on social media and I'm really hooked to start this. I think it will be a bigger project and a bit more difficult. It will be my first time doing granny square, so I don't know how this will be going for me, but this is what I want to do. And then it will be my third time a sweater, and I really want to start the sweater again and finish it. I want to do cat beanie and hand warmer with this yarn also, so I have like a set for the winter coming up.
So when I'm finished with the step-by-step sweater, I want to do the marble sweater by Petite Knit, and I have bought some yarn for that. It's in the same package as the yarn for the step-by-step sweater. So after that I will do the marble sweater in a very beautiful combination. I will put a picture up if the yarn is here before I upload this video. When not, I will show you it in the next episode. And on the side I want to begin with the I don't know how they're called, but there are some socks from Florence Miller, and for that I also bought yarn. It's in the same package.
So Natalie, I thought maybe you can tell me if you like to follow patterns or watch like YouTube tutorials. What do you prefer?
Honestly, I prefer a little bit of both. First pattern I read was step-by-step sweater. No, not that. For the cardigan, it's by Le Fils de Coeur. They have a book and it's in there and it's in German, and I didn't understand that because my repertoire of words in the knitting world is more in English than in German, so it was very difficult. And then I did the Petite Knit scarf and it was okay, but then in the step-by-step sweater I had a little bit difficulty, but she has a very long tutorial on her YouTube channel where she explains some steps and everything, which is very good, and I think I like both. So I like to read and I like to see how people do that, because I'm a visual person. I have to see it, how they do it. Yeah, and you?
I didn't use any pattern. I'm just watching YouTube tutorials and I doing it because I need visual, like the visual tutorial, how they do it, so I can just copy that. I think I will be maybe using a pattern and see what it's like, but I'm really comfortable with the YouTube tutorials. So I have for all my projects YouTube tutorials I did watched, and I will be continue it for the future, for my next projects.
The next what we can talk about is where do you find your inspiration for the projects or for the colors?
And I'm using Pinterest for like things to crochet, and like Instagram and TikTok, and the patterns I'm looking up at YouTube.
I'm also on Pinterest and I'm watching other knitting channels from people, and there I get the inspiration, what they did and what I like, and the colors also from Pinterest and creators or on Ravelry. So that's it with today's episode. We hope you could get a little bit information about us and get to know us, and we are happy to see you on the next episode on her channel. We will link everything in the info box we said, or maybe the patterns or the creators, and we will see us in the next episode.
Bye!
Bye!